All right, hey guys, Jason here. We're going to go over my safety equipment here for you. People asked for it, especially since Robert put his video out on there, asking what these things were called, the lengths, all that sort of stuff. We're going to cover that. We just got set up again, and I can talk pretty loud even though it's getting late because we are in a strip of water oak that's growing up here, but as you can see, it's pretty open everywhere around me. Now, I was in a thicket a mile away from over there an hour ago, and then 3 guys came in and set up in there, and it's gun season. That's why I'm wearing orange, and all 3 of them set up pretty close to there and killed that whole funnel I was in. So this is an observational spot that I wanted to be in before with this strip here, but I can see 3 major bedding areas here. Maybe I can learn something for the next couple of days. So last minute, hurrah, we only got a little time till the sun goes down. But if we figured we'd do this and cover this. So what we have here, this harness right here, this is the Tactus saddle made by John Tucker. This is the Tactus saddle tbws tree stand harness. Now mine has got the aluminum rings right here that you see on here, and mine has fixed buckles. Robert's has pass-through buckles where he can pass these through and quick disconnect. I do not. Running the same thing, I'm running a Sterling Duetto 8.4 dynamic climbing rope for a tether. We'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, but that's that tether we're running. But this system, this harness system, attaches in the front. Again, it is the tbws tree stand safety harness from tactusaddle.com. I'll link it below. John will make it with aluminum rings, with fabric lineman belt loops or aluminum rings. You can get it with pass-through buckles, and you can get it with fixed buckles like you see here, or you can get it with a Cobra buckle as well too, which I do not recommend. The Cobra buckles, they're heavy, bulky. Get this or get the pass-through like Robert has on his. Now, as far as connecting this to the tree, you can see we have this connected right here. Okay, this is a tether. It's going from me right here, and it comes right to here. This is a running bowline. Okay, learn that knot. It's a running bowline. It's set up as a tether so that I can loosen this and bring it up and down as I go. All I did was wrap this through twice to tighten it and spot, but this is the running bowline knot right here. So as I go up and down, I can tighten and loosen this. I just give it a snug tug and it pretty much stays. Then what I'm doing is I'm just taking this piece and I'm just wrapping it over this just to hold it in place so that it doesn't come down. I'm just putting 2 wraps in this. It's easier to do with 2 hands, but just like this so that it doesn't roll down a tree while I'm hunting. But it is a running bowline connected to here, and I will leave this connected from the second I had it connected. Once I got on my first stick, I move it up the tree with me, and then I put it here, and then when I come down, it will go down with me as well too. If I have to get around branches, it's quick and easy to untie and retie. No carabiners, no muss, no fuss. We have a figure of 8 knot right here, connecting us into this part of the harness right here. So there it is, sweet, simple, and easy. I do have a marker right here that if I decide I want to use a running or a regular bowline and tie off, I know where I need to be. This is just a piece of stealth strip that I put on there as a placeholder, kind of a reference point for myself when I need it. But this is a setup. Now, the length of this is 12 feet, 11 and a half feet after the knots are in it. I would buy 12 feet of this or 13 feet of it so that you can make it that way. Now, you might need less. You might not need as much. This tree we're in maxes out my sticks. The straps, you can see them hanging down there. They are about maxed out on there. Okay, so, and I got plenty of slack left on here and even a little more. I could have even put this up a little higher if I wanted to. So that's what that is. That is Sterling Duetto 8.4 dynamic dry rope is what this is. So it's good stuff. It's going to keep me safe, and it's a tether, and I leave this attached all the time to this part right here. You can see I even shrink tubed it in there so that there's no tag end, and it is a figure of 8 line, right, or figure of 8 knot there. Then we have this. Now, hanging on here, we have our lineman belt, which I have just dangling on here. Let me bring it around. Okay, we have our lineman belt right here. This lineman belt total length is 8 feet. Before I would get 9 or 10 feet before knots. Mine is 7.5 feet is the length of this. At this end, I don't remember what they call this. I put it in the video, and I will link the video at the end of this. The last video I made on making this, I think that's a double fisherman knot, I think is what we have on there. And you can see I lashed it with bowstring serving. So it stays right there. It's not going anywhere. It works like a champ. We have a regular twist lock carabiner here, right here like this. This is made by Mad Rock. Okay, this is the Mad Rock, and it doesn't give you a model number on it. But anyway, that's what it is. There it is right up there. But anyway, Mad Rock twist lock on this side, because I need it on and off quick as I go around branches. Then we have over here, I don't want that to clank. Here we have a Ropeman #1 Ascender. Okay, the Ropeman 1, the most amazing ascender made. No noise, no rattles, no nothing. And then here we have a round shank carabiner, because the round shank will fit better against the rope. If it's a flat shank one, it'll just flip, but it'll still work, but it'll constantly want to flip on you. Round shank doesn't matter where this is on there, it just stays. Okay, a flat shank one will tip over and roll around on you. This carabiner here, this is a Petzl. This is called the Attaché, Petzl Attaché. They do not make this anymore in this size. I don't even think they make this one anymore, but this one is a twist lock, because this is the one on the side I do not remove from me while I'm climbing up and down a tree. So the twist lock just works, and it's easy. Round shank, I give it a quick spin, and there it is, and I can now open and close this, and we have that full functionality of the Ropeman 1 for our in and out. When I'm up here in a tree, I just hang it on here, okay, and then I slide it around on the back side, so it's just over there out of the way. Okay, so that's where it goes to, and if I fall or something happens, I have access to grab that rope. Right here, I can grab this to pull myself up if I need to. Now, once we're done, I'll put that back on the backside behind my bow. But that's rope on this. This is a Ropeman 1 Petzl Attaché carabiner. Down there is a Mad Rock twist lock carabiner. The rope is a PMI Classic Easy Bend 11 millimeter rope. I don't think it matters what 11 millimeter rope you get. The reason I chose this one is it's stiff. You can see how stiff this rope is. Okay, it doesn't flex very easy. You can see that loop is sticking out pretty far from my hand. That makes it very strong, very abrasion resistant going up and down a tree. But also, as I swing it up and down a tree, it's not snagging. It's not a limp rope. It's got a little bit of stiffness to it, which I like, so then I can take it and flip it as I'm going up the tree, and it's going to hold well. Now, safety-wise, a limper rope would probably bite, softer rope would probably bite the tree better if you were to fall. But I've slipped a few times with that. It's never gave me a problem. I've been using that same rope for 20 years. Same with this, and I'm always running this here too for the safety factor. So that there is basically our whole system. Lyman belt, again, to recap, 7.5 feet long of PMI Easy Bend, PMI Easy Bend 11 millimeter rope, a Ropeman 1 Petzl Attaché round shank carabiner on the one end, and it's on the ascender, and on the other end a Mad Rock twist lock one, and then a tether 8.4 millimeter Sterling Duetto dynamic. Dynamic means it stretches. Okay, this stretches. If I were to fall, it's actually kind of like a bungee cord. And then we have the Tactisaddle TBWS tree stand safety harness is what we have on here. So with this system, we are attached to the tree from the second we leave, all the way up, all the way back down. If we fall, we are connected in the front. 99% of tree stand falls happen when you are facing the tree, when I am in this direction. So being connected in the front gives me that capability to get back to my sticks or anything I need to, and not be hanging like this and trying to turn around and I can't do it. So that's my whole gear as you see it in use, real world, real time. And again, on that harness, you can get it with fabric loops, or you can get it with these are aluminum rings that I put stealth strips on. That's an aluminum ring that's on there. John will make it either way. And I have fixed buckles, or you can get pass-through buckles on it. But the system, pure brilliance. I don't think there's a better system made today. There's a lot of other things out there, Kong ducks and different Lyman belts, and some people prefer Pru 6 and whatever you want to use. My opinion, 20 years of using this system, other than this harness, but of making my own rock harnesses, modifying them, sewing them together. But this Ropeman 1 system, right here in this 20 years. I've been using this system for 20 years. I don't think anything out there beats it, not at all. And like I said, this harness, since John started making it, best in class. And he builds those harnesses to your exact body specs, okay, to your waist size, to the length down, it matters. Okay, it's not one size fits all or a small, medium, large. He builds it exactly to your specifications. I will link all that stuff down below for you. So any questions, put them in the comments. Thanks for watching.